The size of your success is measured by the strength of your desire, the size of your dream, and how you handle disappointment along the way. That's a quote by Robert Kiyosaki. This is episode 273 on the Hidden Why podcast, my book reflections.
You're listening to The Hidden Why with your host, Lee.
G'day gang, welcome to the Hidden Why podcast. My name is Lee Martinuzzi, the Hidden Why guy. I hope you're very well indeed. Guys, here at The Hidden Why, I'm all about assisting and inspiring others to live life with greater passion and purpose. And to do that, you need to discover your why. So that's what we're all about. It's very much personal development. And I love reading. So every week I share a book that I've read that I think might offer you some value as well. Now, not everyone you may connect with or relate to, but certainly this one I think is one that we can all enjoy. And it is a bestseller by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You've probably heard of it. Have a listen to my review. It's one I wrote a couple of years ago, because it is one that I read a couple of years ago. I just haven't had a chance to record a podcast for it. I didn't have my podcast at that time. But it is an enjoyable read, certainly one I'm reflecting on at the moment. And in reflection, it's one worth a read. It's like the 101 of personal finances and how to get money to work for you rather than have you always working for money. So really good read, guys. So let me know what you think. You can share it with your network. That'd be great. Leave us a review on iTunes if you do have a moment. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast and subscribe online to thehiddenwhy.com. Hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Reach out to me, leave your comments on thehiddenwhy.com, and I'll talk to you at the other end. Thank you.
This is The Hidden Why, discussing ideas and thoughts on living life with passion and finding your hidden why, your reason, your purpose.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad, What the Rich Teach Their Kids That the Poor and the Middle Class Do Not, by Robert Kiyosaki. That is the book I'm reflecting on today, guys. I read this book a couple of years ago, so I hope it's still as I believe it to be, and we'll find out as we read through this post that I wrote. So it is a number one personal finance book of all time, and after reading it, I do understand why. And the reason is because it's like a financial 101, a guide on how to improve your finances and really better create a money mindset that's going to be more conducive to living the life that you desire to live. But also, it's a bestseller because of the style that it's written in. It's really easy to read. It's basic to understand for the novice. It's not a very complex financial guide. And, I compare it to, if you look at Tony Robbins' book, he just wrote one last year, I think it was launched, or maybe the end of 2015, called Money. And, it was a big, thick book. The concepts are very basic behind it, but it was just a big, thick read. And it might be a bit overwhelming for the novice, but Rich Dad, Poor Dad is certainly not. And it's worth a read to help change your perspective if your perspective on money and what it all means isn't great, and if it's not enhancing your life. Because money is a tool, guys. It's nothing else than that. And if it's bringing you down, if it's getting you sour as you hear, people talk about money and success and all that stuff, then perhaps it's timely to change that mindset, because it'll get you no further, I don't believe. So Robert begins the chapter 1 with this quote: "The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them." And I really like that. I believe most of us get educated to learn how to work for money. I think that's what we're taught to do in society, is go out there, get a job and work for money. Essentially we're changing our time for money. We're exchanging our time. Here's my time. You give me some money. And for me, time is priceless. The further I educate myself in order to change the way I'm living my life, the more I appreciate my time. And I've always been a bit of a time keeper. I dread the thought of giving my time away. And I'm happy to give it away for free and where it aligns with my why, but I just don't want to exchange it for something that doesn't give me meaning. Certainly, I believe that we have to, exchange some of our time for money, especially when we're starting out. But then we really need to learn how to manage the money. And the real way to live, as Robert sort of describes in this book, is learning how to make or allow money to generate more money, essentially then making money work for you. This will lead to greater time freedom. And when you have greater time freedom, you can do more, you can reach more, you can offer more value, you can do more of those things that you love. And I think that's what's really cool about money, is that we have the ability to let it do that for us. But a lot of us are living paycheck by paycheck, and we're cursing money because we feel like there's just never enough to get everything that we want. And certainly it's about, working wisely with our money at the beginning as well as the end. Like, it's not just making money and then, it's all of a sudden there. You have to continue to know how to manage money as you proceed through. And I certainly believe there's different lessons to be learnt at each level as we progress towards our, the greatest earning potential. And before you think it's all about making money and making shitloads of money, it's not. I can tell you it's not. The new way of life is really creating enough money that allows you to live comfortably in whatever lifestyle that you desire to design. And that lifestyle that you decide to design really should be based around your why. And if you haven't done any of the practices that I suggest or anywhere else, is really connecting with your future ideal vision. Where do you see yourself, in 50 years, 40 years, 10 years, 5 years? And what does that mean? What does that mean that you need to have that level of lifestyle that you wish to live? And perhaps it's not as great as you think it would be. And I certainly have changed my views on all that. I want happiness, and I know what, happiness means to me. And for that, I need to work backwards and start, by taking the first step from where I am today towards getting that. But that doesn't mean I need massive amounts of money and riches. And certainly I was driven by that motivation previously, and that wasn't conducive to living the life I wanted. It actually caused more pressure and stress in my life than was good for me. And since I connected with my why and connected with that future vision, I've really toned it down. I understand now what I need and what I desire, and I don't really need that many riches. The riches for me that I desire in my life now are simply to help me further assist people that are less fortunate than me. And that's really my desire for earning more money. I do have a desire, obviously, to live the lifestyle I love. I want to be able to have the adventures I can by traveling and having those experiences. And I want to be able to make sure I can support my family the best that I can with what I've got. But to do that, it's not just about exchanging time for money. It's about learning how to manage money and make money work for me. So he talks about many great practices, tips, advice, ideas that will help you. And it's really, looking at how you're currently spending your money. Where are you using it wisely? Where are you wasting it? Where are you putting it that perhaps you could be better using it to make it work better for you? And as you continue to grow $1 into $2 and $2 into $4, it'll keep accumulating. And he mentions it in this book. Tony Robbins mentions it in his book, Money. It's that accumulation factor. If you can just put a little bit away, they sort of recommend, 10% of your paycheck every week, every year. It'll accumulate over a lifetime into great masses. And certainly, I think the world at the moment, I see retirement age as an extension further and further into our old age. And certainly, I've changed my view on retirement, but you don't want to be continually exchanging your money, your time for money well into your old age. You want to be enjoying your life all the way through. And I think you can really work smarter with how you design your life and what that means to you. And then, as how much time you need to exchange for money and how much money you actually need to live that life. I think that's really important to become aware of. But certainly as you move into your elderly years as well, what does it mean then? What do you need then? And, you're less capable then generally to exchange time for money. So you're better off, setting yourself up to a level that's going to be comfortable by then as well. And that means you really need to, we should keep an eye on our health as well, which is certainly always top of mind for me and an constant thing I'm improving on. But that's something that, comes from the need for money as well. Like if you have all this money and if you're unhealthy, what's it all for? So you've got to balance it all out and make sense of it all. But certainly if I can recommend a book to read to start the year off is this one. It was a good read for me. It was very timely. It made sense. It's a good reminder of, how we should be better using our money and making money work for us. But it's a good way if you've got a negative money mindset to turn that around into a positive money one. Robert really talks about a rich dad and a poor dad, two dads that he had. And one, no disrespect to the poor dad at all, but just the way he looked at money wasn't enhancing his life. And certainly the poor dad helped Robert see the light, see the positive money mindset and how it could benefit him. And certainly he's gone to create a really successful life, and he's got great riches and lots that he can be, lots that can be desirable, but not necessarily means that's where you need to go towards. I think it's really, for me, about, just looking at your money mindset and how positive is yours, how could you improve it, and then how could you better make your money work for you. So that's the review this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. If you've read this book before, that's great. If you haven't, then pick up a copy. That's a nice short review today, about 10 minutes. Look at that. So, guys, enjoy it. And yeah, until next time, peace, passion, and purpose. See you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Hidden Why podcast, where it's all about living life with passion. For all the latest news and updates, please subscribe online to thehiddenwhy.com.
There you go, guys. A good book. Pick it up at the links, thehiddenwhy.com. I'll stick the links to the Amazon purchase there so you can support the show by using those links. Purchase all your Amazon goods through that link, by the way. And if you haven't yet signed up to be an Audible member, use the link at thehiddenwhy.com to start your 30-day trial. They'll give you 1 or 2 free books when you start that trial, and it's just a great way to listen to more books on the run. Guys, that's it from me. You know what to do. You need to breathe more passion into every single moment. Find more purpose in everything you do, and in doing so, discovering your hidden why. This is The Hidden Why. My name is Lee Martinuzzi, signing out.
Thanks for listening to the Hidden Why podcast, where it's all about living life with passion. For all the latest news and updates, please subscribe online, thehiddenwhy.com. This is The Hidden Why.